Hi, this is Danny Byrd from Hospital Records, and I'm here in Vienna, and you're watching Mainframe TV. It's really great to be back here. I remember I was here in April last year with Dynamite MC, and I think this was one of the first times I played this. I think it was the first time I played this venue for the Mainframe guys, and it was like I'd heard good things about this venue, and I played for the Mainframe guys I think about 5 years before that at a night that was smaller but really good, and since then they kind of really upped the game, and this is definitely like the premier venue in Vienna. So I was absolutely like over the moon, and it's definitely the best night, one of the best nights in Austria and Europe. Yeah, I've probably like I've kind of been busy doing, you know, releasing stuff probably every year since about 2007, and I've kind of like, whether it be like a single, then an album, and then you tour the album, but then you might have a few remixes in between it, and then you do another album, and like I kind of thought it was good to kind of just stop. You know, I'm making tunes and I'm re-evaluating my sound in the studio, and I think sometimes it's good to sort of go, okay, I don't need to release anything this year. You know, I'm happy where I've established myself, and it's not that I'm being lazy, but I don't need to put any music out. I want to like have some time to play around in the studio and just have fun and try and work out what I'm going to do next, because sometimes, you know, like I say, you do an album, then that comes out, then you'll do loads of remixes, and you're touring, and everything's quick. So when you go to do a remix or a tune, sometimes you have to, you know, with a remix, they might want it turned around in 7 days, in a week, and you need to, you know, the only way you can do that is if you use like a few of your sounds that you've used before, you know, because you don't have time to make a whole set of new breaks and do something completely different, you know. And like that, year upon year, sometimes you have to just go, right, okay, let's just stop, and let's just you know, change things and create a whole new sound, you know. So that's what I've been doing at the moment. Like definitely I'll have some stuff out next year though. I do remember, I mean, you said live show, so I guess you mean DJing and live but I haven't had anything too crazy really with the DJing, but I do remember I did attempt to do a live show once with like keyboards and like drum machine, and I had an MC and a singer. We did 4 shows. That was all we ever did, and I spent months and months like preparing this show. And the funny thing is, like, you know, DJing's fun, but doing a live show is a whole another level of like work. It's so stressful. And everyone thinks that they can do it. Like, I was arrogant. I thought, I can do that. I'll play the keyboards. I can do this live, you know. And it was like, wow, this taking me like 6 months to put together. And you know, the first time we did it, we did like a test run in my hometown of Byrd. So we did like a small show with about 200 people, you know, just to test it out. And I remember everything that could go wrong went wrong. You know, someone knocked the keyboard over, and I had like a talk box as well, which is like, it's kind of like a vocoder, you know, one of those tubes that goes in your mouth, and you can kind of do. And it was like, you know, I'd spent months practicing this stuff, and when I went to go and do it live, the sound engineer didn't put the microphone up, so I'm going like that, and there's nothing coming out, and I was really angry, and kind of like, you know, just. But then looking back on it, the show was actually really good. The crowd, you know, when you look at the video. But my personal satisfaction with it was I thought it was a disaster, you know. But it's because you said live show, it made me think, yeah. So I've done about 4 live shows, and I don't think I ever want to do that again. Not for the foreseeable future, anyway.
Yo, I'm Stu from State of Mind. You're checking out Mainframe TV. Pick it up. Well, to be honest, I'm the guy that tends to do quite ridiculous things. I once, I don't know, I don't know. I don't really usually remember I even do them because I'm quite drunk and I do something really stupid. One time I found a fire extinguisher under the turntables, and I was like, yeah, smoke machine, mean. And I ran out to the front of the crowd and I let rip with this fire extinguisher. And I don't know if you've ever let off a fire extinguisher in a small space, but it just fills everything with this like powder, this dry powder, and you cannot get it off. And I just cleared the entire club. Honestly, there were people running out the club screaming that someone let off a can of mace. And I don't remember doing it. And I got a phone call the next day from Pat being like, dude, you destroyed all the DJ gear. And I was like, what? He's like, you don't remember? I was like, no. He's like, dude. So yeah, that was an expensive mistake, and that probably is up there as one of the most ridiculous things I've seen. And unfortunately, it was me that did it. So you know, it was it was funny at the time, not so funny when you look back. But you know.
Wir sind Killerz und das ist Mainframe TV. Yeah, well, for nearest future, I think there will be 3 remixes coming from us. One is a remix for Sony Skrillex for Reggae Bomb tune, his tune with Reggae Twins, and I think it will be out like quite soon, hopefully in October. Then we have a remix we did for Dread Zone. They're very good friends of us and we like their music. And then there will be a remix for Astronaut and Far Too Loud. And Astronaut is a side project of Medics, I guess. So yeah, and this is like for remixes and for releases. We don't have any releases coming out this year. Nearest one will be in January, I think. It will be a debut remix on Ram Records, so it will be single, and then we're gonna drop an EP, and then we'll see.
Hi, it's Killerz.
And you're watching from Mainframe TV.